What's up with you? For today's video, we have a Magikarp sweep. You knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Finally, we are here, people, for a new generation. So I've done a Magikarp sweep every single generation. I think I've done it every single game as well. It's sort of like a channel mascot if you are new to the channel. Is there anyone out there that this is their very first Magikarp sweep watching? Let me know in the comment section of the video. Now, we do have a new intro on the channel just for everyone that hasn't seen yesterday's video, which was the Wooloo sweep. Definitely go check that one out. And we do have some all new graphics as well. Now, the theme teams are coming up. They are coming up on Sunday onwards. So we're going to have theme teams throughout the week, and of course some Pokemon sweeps at all. If you guys want to check me out on Twitter, Patreon, and Twitch, make sure you do. I'm actually going to do a Twitch stream on some Max Ray battles very soon, probably today. So go follow me and check it out. All my stuff is on there. All right, let's get into this video. So Magikarp obviously is a, its stats aren't the greatest in the world, so we're going to need a little bit of help. So we're going to start things off with zero shucks given, and we're going to get hit by a Barracuda. I know that's not its name, but it really looks like a Barracuda. I actually really like its tail design, how it's sort of like swishing in a little circle. So we're going to drop that sticky web right down the field, get things a little bit sticky over there, and we're going to get hit by another liquidation, and Shuckle is going to go down. But Shuckle did its job. I would have liked to get a stealth rock up, but I didn't really have a chance against a super effective move against that. Now, just for any new viewers to the channel, or anyone that didn't watch yesterday's Wooloo sweep, I have to actually cut in between every single turn because the footage for this was actually live recorded, right? So I've got to do an individual cut every single turn. So lots of fun because there's no versus recorder in this game. All right, so we got Cinderace coming in here. I'm going to go for a Sword Dance, and I get a +2 in attack. Now, I do have the Intimidate up, and I did get a swap there. This is a very unfortunate matchup for me. However, I do have an Ockerberry attach, and Mawile's defenses are pretty reasonable, and this still does a lot of damage to me and hits me really hard, almost taking me out there. So that would have been the sweep ender right there, thanks to that Ockerberry. And now we're going to go into a Baton Pass. So this combination I'm actually going to be using with 3 different Pokemon. Since it was fairly hard to get it up, but for me it's not really hard at all. Alright, so we're going to have the Solrock coming in here. It's going to be taking that high jump kick. It takes it really well. Solrock's defenses are really nice. So now we're going to go for a Rock Polish. Rock Polish boosts your speed by 2 stages, so I've got a +2 Sword Dance, and I've got a +2 in speed. Now, Magikarp is actually a fairly fast Pokemon too, so it doesn't need a lot of speed. It's actually surprisingly fast. Alright, so now we got the I am going to say this name, guys. I'm going to say it right. Barracuda. It's sort of like Barracuda, isn't it? Alright, so going for another Sword Dance here. We got one more Sword Dance to go on against this fish. Now, this isn't the greatest matchup for my Solrock either, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to Baton Pass out of this, and now we're going to go into another Pokemon. So this is sort of like my 3 combination of different type Pokemon, so I can get some boosts up and help out all my other little pokes. So we got the Flower Power coming in here, and that is going to be able to take that liquidation like super easy. Now, it's also a grass-type Pokemon too, so I was wondering if it had like much to hit me with outside of some like unboosted stab, and it does. So I knew the Cinderace would probably come back in here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Sword Dance on that swap too. So I've got my maximum amount of Sword Dances. The problem is I don't want to swap Magikarp into a very powerful attack. Even a Pyro Ball will do a lot of damage, and it may even take the Magikarp out. So I'm going to get going for a Sleep Powder. Thank goodness Sleep Powder hits, and it actually looks pretty cool. And Cinderace, well, it's going to take a little nap. Now, people, the time has come. The Generation 8 Magikarp sweep. Are you ready? Because it's epic. Enjoy. Alright people, let's have a look at the Magikarp team setup and just some of the strategy that I use if you are interested. So I'm just going to leave the Magikarp for a second because that one was pretty straightforward. So we had the Shuckle at the start, setting up the Sticky Web. It also had Final Gambit, Stealth Rock, and Gastrodon. We had the Sturdy ability and Mental Herb as the item. So the other ones we had were the Blossom. Blossom basically was just sort of, it sort of worked in with the Mawile. So Solrock was the core for all the fire type moves and ground type moves, and Blossom and Mawile sort of like worked off it, so I could bat and pass in between them. Now Magikarp has no like move to actually boost its attack, so I had to rely on bat and pass in this instance. Normally I wouldn't if it had like its own like boosting move. So it had Sleep Powder, bat and pass, Sword Dance, and Strength Sap. Strength Sap is a very important move. It actually drops the attack of the opponent and it actually heals you as well, which is like super good. So I didn't get to use it in that battle, but some of my other attempts of Magikarp I did use it and it was very handy, but unfortunately I couldn't get it off because it just sort of failed. Magikarp did actually fail to KO a lot of things too. The other item I had in there was Citrus Berry. We had max health and max defense on that set. Chlorophyll as the ability, not that it really came in handy, but in case anyone had like weather up like that, I could still be fast. If I wasn't able to get a rock polish from the Solrock, that is. Now looking at Solrock, we've got that nice typing to obviously to suit the Mawile and the Blossom, and we had the Levitator really to do. So if I was expecting like a ground type move, I could easily swap it in. Also a fire type move, I could swap in my Solrock too. It's rock type, so I was able to like tank those really nicely, and you guys got to see that in that battle too. So we have Bat and Pass, Sword Dance, Rock Polish, and Morning Sun. Morning Sun's actually level up now, which is really cool. So a couple little changes there. We got max health and max special defense, and we got the rest in defense there. So it was a fairly bulky setup for all of these. I went more special on the Mawile. The other two I didn't go because they had Intimidate to sort of help me out. Now we had the Mawile, of course, we had Sword Dance and that, Bat and Pass, Taunt, and Substitute. The Ockerberry, which really saved me from that Pyro Ball. Like, even with the Ockerberry, I took a lot of damage there. So if I was running max defense, I probably would have taken a lot better, but like I needed a little bit on the special side. In case I come across something like a Fire Blast or Flamethrower or something like that, that would have been really bad because I couldn't swap in my Blossom, and swapping in Solrock to that may have been problematic if they had some sort of coverage. That's pretty much it. Obviously, after I got the Sword Dance up, I didn't need all three of them. Like, in this case, I did use all of them, but I didn't have to have all three of them to get the stats over there. Solrock was pretty important, though, giving that rock polish to Magikarp, because Magikarp is reasonably fast, I guess, for a Magikarp. And, that's all I pretty much needed was one. I had Flower, Splash, Bounce, and that Hydro Pump KO on the Cinderace. I couldn't believe that I laughed so hard. Hope you enjoyed it, people. We'll catch you next time. Peace.